This is the most important week for Bitcoin of 2023. What happens within the next few days is going to determine whether or not we get that big breakout or if we begin a multi-week dump that's going to wreck millions. You're not going to want to miss this one, so make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to click that bell for notifications because we are bringing you the most timely and the most accurate updates for Bitcoin here on YouTube. Bitcoin has been in an uptrend since November. We've put in our low, our high, our higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But we are coming up to an area where we are starting to print multiple warning flags, and so we need to be paying attention to this chart. Bitcoin right now is printing this very bullish inverted head and shoulders pattern with a technical target at $30,000. And we've been saying now for a number of weeks, if we can reclaim this very important zone of $25,000, we're going to have a very smooth and fast move up to that $30,000 level. Why is that? There's a number of reasons, but one of the main reasons is right over here on the right. I have a volume profile. In fact, I'm going to have to make myself smaller so we can see this a little bit better. This is showing us where did most of the asset exchange hands during the past half a year or so. And we can see where there's spikes, this means a lot of Bitcoin was bought and sold at these areas. And when there's the dips like we have right here, that means pretty much no Bitcoin was bought or sold at those areas. And you can see right here in between 25K and about that $30,000 target, we have a huge dip in volume. What this means is that because nobody was willing to buy or sell Bitcoin at these prices, we're going to have a very fast move back up in the same way that we had a very fast move back down. This is called a volume gap, and you will notice many times, similar to what we had over here, when you have that low volume and you get that fast move down, you will then get that fast move back up. We are literally going to get sucked up like those things they used to have at the bank when you go through the drive-through and they put it through the tube. You know what I'm talking about? That is what is going to happen. Now, in addition to this, that $30,000 target is also a very, very major area of confluence. Okay, it's a super major area of confluence. Let's take a look at a higher term time frame here and just understand how important this level is. If we can come above that $25,000, we will be entering right into the old range that Bitcoin traded for 2 years. This is so key because if the price enters back inside of an old fair value range determined once again by volume, it actually becomes more probable than not that the price continues to the upside, hitting that high volume node. So we could literally see Bitcoin coming up to $30,000, $46,000. I know a lot of people are saying this is impossible, this is crazy, but this is just technical analysis. This is just the probabilities that are happening when we see some of these price targets actually being hit. However, there are some warning flags that we also do need to be aware of. Now, first of all, and I think that most importantly, we have to understand that we are coming up to a major zone of resistance. Right here, we are looking at what is the doorway to $30,000, but it's also a very important area of resistance. And we have to understand that the price of Bitcoin has been trading in a range basically for the past half year, and we are coming back to the top of a range. And in addition to coming up to the top of the range, we have some other very interesting things on the chart that we need to pay attention to. First of all, on market Cipher B, we can see right here that as we are coming up to this zone, we are printing a bearish divergence on the daily time frame. In addition to that, the money flow is also getting lower here, giving us the very dreaded and bearish upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern, where, as we can see, for some reason, Sam Bankman-Fried's man breasts are getting lower as the price is getting higher. In addition, the money flow is getting lower as the price is getting higher. And historically, this is a very, very bearish pattern. And if we cannot reclaim this $25,000 level, well, there's a good chance we could actually see this play out where we get a multi-week dump and come back down to the lows of the range. In addition to that, we know that we are currently coming up to the first ever in history death cross on the weekly time frame, where the 50-week moving average is crossing down below the 200-week moving average. We have never seen this in Bitcoin's history. And as you can see here, yes, we have a lot of confluences at this level, which is why in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we gave the short setup from the exact level of 25,225. And as you can see, we came up to that level literally to the dang dollar. By the way, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we gave the long from 16.3, we gave the short from 24K, we gave the swing long that I'm currently still in from 21,481, and the short from the high, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. This is not a signals group, guys. This is an educational technical analysis group. We do 3 live streams a day going over the live price action. We post our levels, our setups every single day. Also, if you want to take advantage of this volatility, trading on ByBit with 0% limit fees, a link in the description. A great deal for people who are trading lower term timeframes who don't want to have those fees cut into their profits. Also, if you deposit $100, you can get a month free of our Crypto Fusion trading bot. It's a great tool. For more information on the bot, go to jasoncaspertrading.com and click the link, Jason Casper Trading Bot. 20% discount, guys, on all courses if you are interested as well. So we are coming up to these very, very key areas of resistance. We have Sam Bankman-Fried's upside down man boobs. We are coming up to the range high. We are coming up to the death cross. And people are saying that this oddly resembles what happened back in 2015 when we got a double top. So if we take a look at what happened in 2015, when the market bottomed out, we actually did form a sideways range similar to what we're doing now. And then we put in a double top before putting in a double bottom, actually in some charts giving us a lower low back in 2015 for that bear market bottom before getting the big move to the upside, beginning that bull market. And if we take a look here, we could see potentially we are forming the same thing, right? We've got a potential double top forming right here. And people are saying, look, we've got bearish divergences, double top. We're probably going to get a move down before we see more upside. Now, here's the truth. The truth is when we bottom out for bear market cycles, doesn't necessarily mean we're going straight up, right? The bull market, in my opinion, is not going to begin until we see the halving take place. Until the halving takes place, I do not believe we are going to see the bull market. I think we're going to have a slow grind. We're going to have the booms and the busts. This is the time to accumulate on spot and build up big positions so that we can then realize those profits in the next bull market. So this is something we do need to be aware of. There is a real chance we could put in a double bottom here, as well as maybe even see prices lower than 15.5K. We're going to get into that. But one last thing we need to be aware of is above us, we do have a very major last zone of resistance, which is this Fibonacci golden pocket level. Now, if we take a look at what happened in 2015, we did also come up to a Fibonacci golden pocket level before we got that big move to the downside. And the 618 Fibonacci, as we know, this is being pulled from the May high to the current low that we put in for the cycle. The thing we have to understand about the 618 Fibonacci level is that, well, the 618, right? 618, this is a girl that I had a crush on in high school. And I thought that she was into me romantically. It turns out she was just using me because I was doing her algebra homework for her. I was her lab partner. The only reason she graduated high school was because of me, right? So finally, I got the nerve to ask her out on a date, and she rejected me, right? And oof, it was very painful. As you can see right here, after I asked her out, harsh rejection, purple candles just out of me. And then finally, I didn't know what to do with myself, right? But here's the thing, 6 Juanita, if we take a look at this picture here, one of the reasons why she rejected me is because as a popular cheerleader, which she was, she couldn't say yes to me when her other cheerleader friends were watching. And she had another friend over here named Samantha, and Samantha was a cheerleader. She was doing an upside down handstand. And the thing about Samantha is she had very uneven butt cheeks. Okay? And so when 6 Juanita saw Samantha was watching, she just couldn't say yes to my romantic inquiry. And as we can see right here, Samantha, her butt cheeks are resembling very much so what market Cipher B is looking like right now. So we have a perfect storm potentially brewing here to trap a lot of longs who are going to be longing this breakout only to give us a fake out, and then we come back down to the low of the range. Now, there is a chance that we could put in a double bottom here. If this most bearish scenario plays out, something that we do need to be aware of is if we take a look at the macro market cycles here and we just turn on where we bottom out historically, we can see that we always do bottom out between the 786 and the 886 fib. And I'm pulling this fib from the previous cycle low to the bull market high, and we always bottom out within this zone. What this means is that we could still come down to $9,000, $10,000 and it be very, very bullish in the long term, because we understand that although I believe the bear market cycle is over, doesn't necessarily mean that the lowest price is in, just like how I believe that the bull market cycle ended in April 2021, but the high didn't come in until November 2021, right? We put in that double top, which is a very, very normal thing to do in bull and bear markets. If you look at the history of Bitcoin here, we put in a double top back in 2013. We also put in somewhat of a double top, not so much though, but it did happen within the course of 2 months in 2018. 2021, we put in the double top. You'll also notice for pretty much every bear market cycle, we put in that double bottom. So we do need to be aware for that last move to the downside. If it happens, it doesn't necessarily have to happen, right? But here's what we really need to be paying attention to right now. If we are able to reclaim $25,000, and then I would say hold this now as a level of support, right? Hold it as support. We get a move up, and then we retest. That to me is very bullish. That will be a confirmed breakout to me. If we can do that, I believe we are going to see 30,000 at least. However, if we reject from our current level, or if we come up to the 6 Juanita and she rejects our romantic inquiry, then I believe we will see movement to the downside. And where are we going to be looking for Bitcoin to find support? In my opinion, we need to be looking at key zones of support along the way down, just based on volume once again. These are the main zones. These are the main zones for me. Most important are going to be $19,000, and then that zone between $16.5 and $17,000. And then the last major zone of support that we need to be aware of is coming down to that 886, and this could honestly take us down to, worst case scenario, around that $9,000 target. But the way I'm approaching this, first of all, is as a trader, I'm taking advantage of the volatility, longing and shorting this price action up and down. That's just what we need to be doing as traders. As an investor, as somebody who believes in Bitcoin, that we're going to have another bull market, I look at this as an opportunity to buy more on spot at lower prices, because I do still have limit orders set on spot down to $3,000, just in case we get some kind of a scam wick, some kind of black swan event. Right? If we do get that move down, I'm looking at this as an opportunity to continue to DCA into the asset. Because for me, having been through 2 bull cycles, having literally made life-changing money in cryptocurrency by literally just buying low and then taking profits when we came up to those highs, I'm looking to do the same thing again. And I know a lot of people are going to be getting very, very fearful as the price, if the price, I should say, because there is a good chance we break out, right? There's a really good chance we break out. But if the price really starts to get lower here, people are going to be screaming that it's over, right? So we need to make sure that we have our emotions under control and be sticking to the plan. And for me, the plan is to buy low and sell high. It's as simple as it gets. It's as simple as it gets. So I look at this as an opportunity. So that is it for today's video, guys. May God bless everybody in the name of Jesus the Messiah. Even if you're not religious, I still pray you are blessed. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.